Today I'm going to be ranking every single episode in regular show that revolves around the naive man from Lollyland, Pops. Pops is one of my favorite characters in the entire show. He is now one of the main characters that consistently makes me laugh anytime he's on screen. As I got older, he got funnier. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Jolly Good Show. I don't know what it is, but he is a jolly good character. He's a gentleman. He uses lollipops as money. He becomes a godlike figure with immeasurable power. What could you not like about Pops? So I figured it was about time to give Pops his time to shine, his own video about all of the episodes that revolve around him, and specifically him. It's not going to be about the other characters. It's going to be Pops-centered episodes. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, so if you just want to lift that arm up a little bit higher and press that button, it would mean a whole lot to me. I really appreciate it. And like, come on, like, if you did it, I guarantee you someone would just whisper in your ear, "Jolly Good Show." At number 13 is the episode Pop's Planet. And in this episode, it's basically just one big giant setup for what's to come in the future. Basically just to make you say, what the fuck was that and why is this happening? In this episode, Pop sees his favorite planet when he was a kid. He feels an emotional bond to this planet. He wants this planet, and he needs to see it again at all costs. This planet only appears once every maybe like 27 years, and Pops just keeps on missing it because of things like Maylard.
The telescope's ready, the door is locked, and Papa is at a business retreat in Bora Bora. Nothing can stop me now.
Just things keep getting in the way that prevent Pops from seeing his favorite planet ever. And that takes us to present day, when he's just staring up at the sky like, just super excited for the planet. He's hoping to see it at all costs. Rigby really sums up what everybody is wondering here.
Well, I don't know her name exactly, but she's visible via telescope once every 25 years. She's pink and made of rock and is hundreds of thousands of miles wide. Who is this giant magic woman?
Pops explains it all, and Benson says that they can't stay in the house tonight because there's going to be termites, and they got to get rid of the termites, and the termite people are coming to get rid of them. They're termites. So Pops, Mordecai, and Rigby camp out outside of the house. Benson goes to a nice fancy hotel, and they're about to see the planet, and Pops realizes, oh my gosh, the lens is missing. What are we going to do? They can't sneak back into the house, so they have to go to Skip's, and Skip's doesn't have anything, but he knows the location of an observatory. And just, you know, some silly shenanigans happen with this weird orb that pins him to the wall. And all of a sudden, Pops gets like super violent, super angry. He needs to see that goddamn planet.
I'm going to wait another moment. We're going to see my planet.
Dude, Pops, it's just a planet.
And he activates his ultimate superpowers. His eyes start glowing. He starts moving things. He closes it in, and he gets to see his planet. And everybody's just like, what the actual fuck was that? And it's really weird to hear Skips just go, I have no idea.
Fellows, come have a look. It's glorious.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
Because it was really weird. As a kid, this was kind of hype because I was like, oh my god, Pops has powers. But watching it back now, this entire episode is just one big setup, and I guess that's why I don't like it very much. Like, out of all of the episodes in regular show, nothing really happens here. The entire episode just exists to give us this 10-second clip of Pops using his powers, and that's why it's one of my least favorite. I mean, yeah, it's great for, like, setting up Season 8, but as a episode, it's just not doing a whole lot. At number 12 is the episode Cheer Up Pops, and Pops is just really super sad. He's bummed out, he's tweaking, he's going through it in this episode.
Pops?
What's good?
You okay, Pops?
And nobody really understands why. Like, why could Pops possibly be crying and freaking out all the time? Until the goat Eileen points out the fact that tomorrow Pops is going to have to fight Anti-Pops and determine the fate of the entire universe.
You think that maybe Pops is sad because in less than 24 hours we'll reach Lollyland, where he'll have to face Anti-Pops, his super evil twin brother, and figure out how to save us?
In their battle, and if he loses, all of his friends are going to die, and everyone in the entire universe will die. Yeah, that's probably why he's freaking out a little bit. Makes a little bit of sense. But either way, Pops is freaking out, and everybody just spends the episode trying to cheer him up, trying to make him feel better. I thought Benson making a cake that's filled with red velvet fucking, like, blood, and they just slice into him was really funny. funny.
Let's cut you a big ol' piece.
This'll make you feel better.
Help me.
But everything just keeps going wrong. They even throw a party for him. Nothing's going right to make Pops happy because Pops is just so worried about his friends.
You okay?
Oh, yes. Jolly good party. Just getting some fresh air.
Oh, well, that's cool then. We thought you were having some sort of emotional breakdown.
Rigby!
And so Mordecai has the brilliant idea to make a time capsule of all of their moments together so that no matter what happens, even if they lose, which doesn't make sense if he's going to erase the entire universe, but either way, even if they lose, their memories will still be here on the dome forever. They will always be somewhere in the universe. Really sweet and honestly pretty wholesome. That's basically the plot of the entire episode. Nothing really crazy happens. At the end, they have to deal with some shenanigans because of Rigby fucks up the like gathering of all their memories to create it into one big like tape cassette thing. Yeah, Rigby fucks it up and they have to try and pull him and stop all that from happening. But that's pretty much it. That's the only chaos of the episode. It's good for what it is. It's a precursor episode to the final episodes of the entire series just to get you ready for all of that. It's very lighthearted, so if you're going into it for some crazy regular show adventure, you're not going to get that, and that's why I rank it so low. But the episode is fine for what it is, especially if you care about all these characters and you're like worried about what's going to happen in the finale. Then it's definitely a fine episode. It's just not one of the best. There are a lot of better episodes about Pops. And the thing that I noticed about people reviewing this episode, talking about this episode, everyone just freaks out because of this fucking woman right here. Nobody knows who she is. I don't know who she is. Nobody knows where she comes from. She's talking to Skips for one scene, and then she's just gone, vanishes. Who is this mysterious woman? And what is her relation to our characters? Regular show The Lost Tapes, we have questions we need answered. Coming in at number 11 is the episode Dream Warrior, and there is actually nothing I dislike about this entire episode. I think it's really solid from beginning to end. The episode follows the premise of Pops having a lot of trouble while he's sleeping because a nightmare alien is invading his dreams and keeps trying to get his name and address and find out where Pops lives.
Excuse me, but do you have a minute to fill out this form with your name and address?
Pops is freaking out every night, using his telepathy, causing problems for everybody else, so they all try to come up with ways to help him sleep better. Mordecai and Rigby start off by making him watch these cartoons that are just like Scooby-Doo. So Pops has a Scooby-Doo dream, and I really like seeing all of the characters look like Scooby-Doo characters.
Don't you remember, Chad?
We just found out that the ghost of Bluemont Cove is old crotchety Elmer.
The reveal of the nightmare alien just appearing out of nowhere to figure out his name and address was really funny.
You're not old crotchety Elmer.
You're really not making this easy for me. Come on, man. Just tell me where you live.
And then you have Benson trying to help him out with the Dream Warrior, who's just rocking it out with the guitar. And then he's also trying to find out his address and name.
Wait a minute. Dr. Sweet Dreams would never ask me a question like that. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I've tried to play nice, but you're gonna tell me where you live.
And then you eventually just have this awesome fight scene where Skips comes up with a way where they could all enter the dream together and they all try to fight the nightmare alien together. And it's actually a really cool fight scene, albeit very short, and it ends with Pops taking charge of his own dreams, using his powers in the dream world, and beating the shit out of this alien, and literally fucking killing him, and in the process, telling the alien where he lives.
I'm not afraid of you anymore. Stay away from me and my friends!
And then we get that cliffhanger ending and the reveal of Anti-Pops. Bad show. Jolly bad show.
Bad show. Bad show indeed.
Either way, it's a pretty good episode. It's funny, good fights, got good plot stuff for the end of the series coming along nicely. It's pretty good all around. The reason it ranks so low is because, I mean, there's just so many Pops episodes that are kind of just like classics and kind of iconic. So even though this episode is really solid, and if I was ranking every single episode in the series, it would probably be up there decently high, but out of all the Pops episodes, it's still pretty low. Coming in at number 10 is the episode Karaoke Video, and I know what you're thinking, that's a Mordecai and Rigby episode, okay? And you're probably right. I mean, you're basically right. Mordecai and Rigby, you know, making a horrible video, making fun of every single person that they know.
What aren't you gonna take?
We're not gonna take any more garbage from our boss, Benson. What a loser.
Yeah, go back to your sad apartment and be alone forever.
And then they have to go back to the karaoke bar because Benson's gonna have a karaoke night there, and they have to try and steal the tape back, so then nobody ever lays their eyes on that video and they don't get fired. But then we get Pops here, and this is the damn scene that makes it a goddamn Pops episode. I don't care what you think, but Pops singing Footloose.
Been working so hard. I'm punching my card.
Well, we get this amazing fight scene in the background is just perfect. There is something so special about Pops' stupid voice that makes it so comedic. I love it. I laugh at the scene every single time I hear it. I could literally just be swaying back and forth, jamming.
I think way down in your heart, you're burning, yearning for somebody to tell you.
Not only is Footloose a great song, but then you have Pops singing it in this awesome fight scene with Mordecai and Rigby fighting the karaoke owner and his bouncer. It's so good.
Whoa, Milo. Come on, let's go.
Give me that tape! You want it? Fine. Take it, then!
Everybody cut Footloose.
From beginning to end, yes, this scene may only be 2 minutes. Yes, we only get 2 minutes of Pops, but Pops, you made Karaoke Video one of the best episodes in the entire series. Say it's not a Pops episode if you want, but I think it is because this scene made this episode great. At number 9 is the episode Catching the Wave, and I love this episode so much, just the entire premise of it. Pops needs to surf because the episode opens with Pops getting mercilessly attacked by nature. Getting stung by a bee, pricked by a thorn, and Turtle's just fucking trying to consume his body for no apparent reason. And Pops watches some surfers on TV and he realizes that the only way that he could become in touch with nature again, be loved by nature, is to be able to become a surfer. And that's a little bit of a challenge with his Mondo Cabezzo head, okay? It's a big fucking head.
Pivoting, popping.
And to pop up on a board, that takes some serious strength that his frail little spine apparently doesn't have, according to Dr. Henry. And these asshole surfer dudes aren't making it any better, making fun of him, calling him brah, Mondo Cabezzo, brah, you can't ride them waves, brah.
I am as Mother Nature made me, sir.
Mother Nature gave you the worst body for surfing ever, brah!
Peachy says anybody can catch a wave with enough practice.
Yeah. Peachy's dead.
But either way, they're assholes, chase him off the beach, so Mordecai and Rigby help him get his own wave machine so that he could practice that way at the park's pond. And this goes horribly wrong. Pops gets sucked into a fucking tube. So Dr. Henry comes and he's all like, you can't be doing this, Pops. You're going to die. So Mordecai and Rigby have to stay there, keep watch of Pops so that he doesn't leave his room. And what does he do? He leaves his goddamn room to go and practice some surfing because Mordecai and Rigby fall asleep. And I just think them opening the door when they realize that they fell asleep and just seeing this giant Pops-size hole in the wall is really fucking funny.
What?
We fell asleep.
Dude, there's no way he got past us. Plus, his head is too big to fit through the window.
Pops is trying to surf, and those surfer dudes from earlier find this park pond because it's got waves, and they're like, dude, this is such a gnarly wave. What is Mondo Cabezzo doing here, brah?
Shop? No sharks? Oh, how did Mondo Cabezzo find out about our wave, brah?
This is my wave.
And they start trying to run him off, just get rid of him, and Pops is just struggling, so everybody has to come and help him, try to help Pops ride this wave. Mordecai, Rigby, Benson, Skips, Muscle Man, all trying to help him out, so they call all of the surfers, and we get this brawl between the park guys and all of the surfers, and the surfer dudes turn the wave to max fucking power, and Mondo Cabezzo Pops is the only one left, trying his best, and the wave just breaks off, and Pops is like, fuck this, I can't do it, nature, stands up, pops up, doesn't break his neck, and boom.
I'm gonna ride this wave!
Pops is at one with nature. A blue whale appears, telling Pops that he finally did it. He passed the test to be at one with nature. Dolphins, rainbows, a city destroyed entirely. What else could you need?
Man, this was a bust. Let's go get some fish tacos.
I like this episode a lot. I think it was pretty good. Whoever came up with this in the board meeting, whatever it was, were like, what if Pops tries to surf, but he has a really frail fucking spine, so if he messes up even just a smidge, even just a tad, he'll die. I don't know. I like it a lot. It's a really good episode, especially for Pops. It's really funny, him getting attacked by nature. The surfer dudes are really big assholes, but his responses are really funny just because he's the nicest guy in the entire world, and him getting treated horribly by some douchebags. Although it kind of makes me angry because I feel bad for Pops, it is really funny. There are just so many good moments in this entire episode, and that's why it ranks up at number 9. And coming in at number 8 is a regular show classic that just isn't talked about enough, and that is Sugar Rush. I don't know if this actually counts as a Pops episode, but I'm gonna count it just because it's the catalyst for everything to happen in this episode, and I love this episode so much. Basically, this episode follows the premise of Mordecai and Rigby being assigned to go and get some donuts, and their donuts of choice are some double glazed apple fritters, man, that have been double glazed by mistake.
Oh no, those apple fritters were double glazed by mistake.
Double glazed. We'll take them.
Actually, I gotta throw them out, bro, cause they're not safe for human consumption.
We'll give you $10.
You want those for Hero to go?
They should not be like this. They're not safe for human consumption. Mordecai and Rigby don't care. They give him $10 for it. So boom, they have these apple fritters. And who finds them first? Pops. And Pops eats them and just starts tweaking. They're literally just, I don't fucking know, meth donuts. That's basically what they are.
Well, hello there. Hello, Mordecai and Rigby, did you see that there's donuts here?
Pop starts tweaking, losing his mind. He is just super energetic. They try to do everything they possibly can to wear him down, get him to be tired, get him to crash. Nothing's working, so they go to Skips, and Skips is all like, I've seen this before. He has to eat more sugar.
Better give him some more.
And that's not really working because it just sends them into a completely another realm where they move faster than everything else. And Skips is all like, well, that didn't work either. I think you guys need to eat more sugar. Except they only have 3 lollipops, so Skip stays behind, and Mordecai, Rigby, and Pops all go into another dimension that's even faster, and this dimension is just kind of nightmare fuel. Everything turns dark. They all have weird, like, shaped mouths. They look really scary. And everything moves extremely slow. It's really weird until Mordecai, Rigby, and Pops figure out that they need to eat the opposite of sugar in order to go back, which is Benson's whole wheat donut. They eat that thing and they go back to the first dimension where they were just super fast compared to everything else. Skips is there and he's like, what happened? And then they reveal, you were wrong, Skips. Skips is just in shock, immeasurable fear. He doesn't understand how he could possibly be wrong.
Dude, Skips, you were wrong. The whole wheat donut was what we needed all along, not more sugar.
What? I was wrong?
Rigby rubs it in his face a little bit. They realize that they're about to be late for the morning meeting, so they use their super speed to make it there just in time, finish that whole wheat donut, and go back to being normal. And then Muscle Man, he sees that box of donuts, starts slamming them really quick, and, my mommy.
You know who else likes to stuff themselves with their boss's free donuts?
My mom! My mom! My mom! My mom! My mom! My mommy! Mommy! Mom! My mommy! Mommy! Mommy!
That's pretty much the entire episode. I don't really know if it counts as a Pops episode, but I wanted to talk about it anyway because I've never talked about Sugar Rush on this channel, and it's a really good episode. It's really funny. Coming in at number 7 is the episode Win That Prize, and Pops really wants to go on the game show Win That Prize.
Well, if you've all been on game shows, then I guess it's my turn.
What prize is he gonna win? I have no fucking idea, but Pops wants to go on the show, so he goes to where they film it, and he just keeps getting roped in to these crazy things. He becomes an employee there, and he just keeps moving higher and higher and higher up on the chain of command until he almost becomes the CEO of the company, because every single person there just loves his very obvious ideas. He makes shows better, he's just improving people's lives there.
Esther, the Happy Fun Time Pals toys aren't selling!
Pops, what do you think?
If the show's called Happy Fun Time Pals, shouldn't the toys be happy?
It's just so crazy it might work!
He meets the makeup artist there. He's doing all of this stuff. Well, he's apparently aging rapidly because that's just what happens when you work in the show business. You age rapidly and then you die. Pops eventually meets the current CEO of the company when he is the CFO, and what is going to happen to him next? The CEO is telling him what to do, a way out of this cycle of getting higher and higher up in the chain of command.
You have?
Shh. Congrats! You're getting another promotion!
How do you escape this? And then he just fucking dies right in front of Pops. He just fucking dies right there on the spot, and Pops has to take his place. And that's when we sit there and we watch as Pops dies. Pops is fucking dead.
Help me!
Until we learn that it was all a fake. It's not even Pops' real body.
Pops, Vice President Lamprey's here to see you.
Pops, we have Pops! 1 alligator, 2 alligator. Huh? Wait a minute. This body is definitely fake! Ugh!
Pops was using the help from the makeup artist to create a fake body so that Pops could go on Win That Prize pretending to be the makeup artist himself, literally appearing as the makeup artist, going on Win That Prize as the makeup artist so that he could win a gallon of milk. And then he escapes the show business. He leaves the filming area, and Pops leaves with his gallon of milk. Good show. Jolly good show. This episode is very good. It's very funny. Just watching Pops try to get on Win That Prize, and as he just keeps getting pushed up higher and higher and higher into the company, just really confused and just constantly saying, can I go on Win That Prize now? Well, there's just random people saying that he has the most brilliant idea ever when he says, can I go on Win That Prize? Or this lady that just starts kissing him when he asks to leave. Like, Pops is just clearly suffering here, and it's so funny. And Pops' entire plan at the end to escape is just so brilliant and kind of badass. I don't even know how he planned all this out. I don't know how he thought of all this, and I don't know how it works so well. How do you convince the makeup artist to make a dummy of himself and make a dummy of you that is an old version of you that clearly looks like he's dead? Like, how do you convince all of this to happen? How'd you even time all of this? I don't even get it. But either way, badass plan with a badass ending for Pops. Funny episode, solid episode. That's why it's number 7.
Jolly good show. Jolly good show indeed.
Coming in at number 6 is Marvolo the Wizard, and I think this is one of the most underrated episodes from season 7 because it is just so good. The park is hosting a Ren Fair, and just the entire bit of everybody having to stay in character just makes this episode so much funnier than it has to be. And it plays on Pops being so naive so well, because the entire episode, Pops doesn't understand what the hell is happening. Why is everybody dressed like they're from the 1600s? What's going on? Why is there an evil king? Why is Mordecai and Rigby called Mordicus and Rignatius? What is happening?
Listen, Marvolo, you have a very important job to do. You have to defeat the dragon or everyone will demand a refund.
Dragon?
I love this episode a lot because it's just so funny. Pops being clueless about everything, running into a wall, knocking himself out.
Oh, you must be the Mad King. Look, Marvolo, if you don't slay the dragon right now, the commoners will demand refunds and my kingdom shall crumble. For the last time, stop calling me Marvolo.
Just slowly feeding himself into the illusion that he actually is the so-called Marvolo the Wizard, seeing his fucking painting on the wall, and he's just like, this can't possibly be! How could this be the world? Well, everyone is clearly obviously telling him that this isn't real and that it's a fucking Ren fair. He just keeps going through it, trying to make sense of it all, trying to understand how he got to this magical land, until King Edmund, that being Benson, kidnaps him and prepares him for the ultimate finale, fighting the dragon. Pops has a conversation with himself in the mirror where Marvolo the Wizard is telling Pops that he is in fact Marvolo.
Who am I? You are Marvolo. No, it can't be.
It is so. I am you, and you are me.
Then it doth be true. Oh.
Pop starts to believe it, and he has to go and face that dragon. It turns into absolute chaos when Mordecai and Rigby throw the controller into a thing of nacho cheese. The controller bursts into flames, and the dragon starts going haywire, lighting everything on fire until towers collapse around it and collapses onto the dragon. Pops thinks that he saved the day, defeated the dragon with his magical wand, and then a fucking beam falls onto Pops.
Did it? I defeated the dragon! Now I get to go home.
Pops gets knocked out cold. He wakes up in his bed and he's like, oh my god, everybody, you're back to normal. I can't believe it. You were King Edmund. You were Mordecus and Rignatius and Barnaby the Ripped. And that's what the episode's all about. It's really good. Again, the entire just bit of everybody having to stay in character, especially when Benson talks about unemployment.
Find Marvolo and don't breaketh thy character or I'll smite thee with unemployment.
I'm not gonna wear this.
Muscle Man and High Five Ghost being imprisoned and having tomatoes thrown at them because they refuse to be in character.
You maketh me sick!
Fine, I'll wear the costume.
Everything about the episode is really great. It's really funny. I love how they use Pops here. This is the best kind of Pops episodes where he's just so not understanding of the world around him that it just creates scenes like this, and it's just great. Coming in at number 5 is the first ever episode that's centered around Pops, Dizzy. And in this episode, Pops is going to have to give a big speech to his father and all of his father's friends, and he is super nervous about this. He just can't handle it. Even though I think he's like a 70-year-old man, he is nervous as fuck. So he has to get the help from Mordecai and Rigby to figure out ways to not be nervous about this speech. And the first way, is to try to picture everybody naked.
Hey, I know. Why don't you just picture everybody naked?
Naked?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like doing this.
And well, that doesn't go very well, so they have to try and come up with other ways to make it so Pops won't be nervous for his big speech. And they come up with a way, and that involves Pops just continuously spinning and getting dizzy repeatedly forever. And as long as he's spinning and being dizzy, he's not nervous.
It's working! It's working! I'm not nervous! 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 I'm not nervous!
I'm not nervous! I'm not nervous! I'm not nervous! And yeah, so Pops is just continuously spinning constantly. That's all he's doing until eventually he spins way too much. And all that spinning inevitably sends him into the dizzy world. Where he meets Ystrom and Igbeer, the weird, really funny versions of Mordecai and Rigby, who just look super fancy and more detailed and have top hats. I think they're hilarious.
Sorry about that. I am Ystrom.
And I, Igbeer.
Would you like some ice cream?
And in this world, there are no speeches. Speeches are outlawed. And when Mordecai and Skips go in there to rescue him, Pops wants to stay there because he likes this world. He thinks it's good. There's no speeches. And when he's proclaiming this, he ends up giving a speech. He gives a speech about it, and he realizes that he's not nervous anymore. He can do it. But Istrom and Igbeer don't like this. Speeches are outlawed, and they start trying to chase them, trying to eat them, trying to kill them.
Indeed, you do have to leave, for you have broken the law.
No speeches!
They eventually escape, and Pops is able to give his big speech.
Ahem. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby dedicate this new statue to the park.
Bravo, bravo.
That's the whole speech?
Which turns out to literally be almost nothing. He had to say barely any words. But either way, amazing episode. It's a really good introduction to Pops having his own episodes, and I honestly wish Pops got more episodes just like this. Stuff that plays off him being just, you know, a super out there, super kind of weird character and just using that to his advantage. Because in this episode, he's really funny, especially the ways that he reacts to things, like Mordecai and Rigby telling him to picture everybody naked, and he is just shocked, horrified, and then just the idea of Pops just spinning and fucking just constantly spinning and just saying that he's not nervous in every single area of the entire town is so funny. It's just so good, and it uses Pops' character so well. Coming in at number 4 is the episode Really Real Wrestling, and this episode is so good. It starts off with Mordecai and Rigby just doing some wrestling moves because they're really into really real wrestling, which is like a WWE parody. It's supposed to be fake wrestling. At least that's what Mordecai and Rigby think. Pop shows up and starts hitting them with some super fucking good moves, hurting them really bad. Mordecai and Rigby are like, ow, you're actually hurting me. It's fake. You're not supposed to do that. And then Pops reveals that he was a part of actual wrestling, like the Grecos and the Romans back in the day. So Mordecai and Rigby are like, whoa, dude. And Pops has tickets to Wrestle Frazzle 7, so they're all like, oh my god, Pops, you're so cool, can you show us some real moves? And Pops hits Mordecai with just a single leg takedown, showing him up, but he forgets that Mordecai and Rigby are fucking stupid, and Mordecai goes to tag in Rigby, and Rigby just jumps on Pops' back and like breaks his fucking spine right there.
And go!
Impressive, Pops, but you forgot about this, Rigby!
Oh!
My back!
Pops is just fucking immobilized. He's just made a vegetable right there on the spot. Benson's super pissed off, and so they have to go, and they have to make sure that Pops stays in bed all night, and Pops is able to just, you know, weasel his way out, fucking crawl all the way down to his flying car without Mordecai and Rigby seeing him. Crawl on the goddamn floor to his car. He gets all the way there, and he drives himself to Wrestle Frazzle because he's not going to miss it himself. Mordecai and Rigby are also sneaking out there at the same time, and when Pops arrives, he's driving Carmenita, and he fucking just lands his car on top of this guy Hugehead, who's another wrestler. Who's late to the show, just lands it on top of him. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so good. He lands his car on top of him. They think that Pops is Hugehead because of his giant Mondo Cabezzo. And so they fucking grab him, bring him all the way to the arena, and they think that he's going to be a fighter. Mordecai and Rigby see him, and they're like, Pops, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, dude? And they're like, this is fake, this is fake. And the wrestlers in the ring are like, you think this is fake? And start beating the shit out of Mordecai and Rigby.
Who said this was fake?
They did.
Is this fake?
No.
How about you, little dude? This seem fake to you?
Mordecai and Rigby are inserted into the title match. Pops is like, oh god, I need to help them. Tries to crawl all the way up to the ladder. They throw him off. He regains his ability to fight and just starts kicking ass. For somebody who actually wrestled in high school, this is just so cool. Like, just Pops actually, like, doing actual wrestling moves, just a single leg takedown and just fucking on these guys who are just using brute force in their muscles and just taking them down with actual headlocks and actual moves. It's so good to watch. I love it so much. Mordecai, Rigby, and Pops end up climbing the ladder, taking the title, and they win. They go back home. They celebrate. It's great. It's such a good episode. You get great fight scenes with wrestling. Pops is super funny in this episode. Pops breaking his spine is funny. Pops driving his car, landing it on top of Huge Head and literally basically killing him, and him coming back in the end, swearing revenge on Pops, and that doesn't get paid off until like 5 seasons later. But either way, phenomenal episode. And I would probably get thrown into like the fucking brazen bowl and lit on fire if I didn't talk about this one. So at number 3 is a regular epic final battle. And I'm only going to be talking about part 3 here, so the power version where Mordecai and Rigby get sent back in time, because that's the most meaningful episode out of the 3. And I feel like it's not fair for me to put the entire regular epic final battle on this list, because of course the fucking season finale is going to rank higher than everything else. Why wouldn't it? So I'm just going to look at one episode, and yeah, that's number 3 for you. So we're going to talk about part 3 of a regular epic final battle. And in this, it follows the fight that's been going on between Pops and Anti-Pops. Their fists clash in this ultimate battle, and it sends Mordecai and Rigby back to their first episode, The Power. And Rigby and Mordecai are just going through the first scenes until Rigby realizes that he's done this before. And they go and they find that cassette tape that they made in the episode Cheer Up Pops, and it brings back Mordecai's memories, and they realize that they have to go to the end and help Pops while he's still fighting Anti-Pops. And Pops is fighting him. Mordecai and Rigby almost get erased from existence.
Dude, I'm freaking out! Help! Get it off!
Dude, what the heck is going on?
All of this amazing stuff, this awesome final battle, until Pops realizes that there's nothing that he could do. There's no changing what has to happen. And he shrinks down, holds out his arms, grabs Anti-Pops, grabs him, pushes him, holds him tight, and flies him into the sun with Pops, because he realizes that no matter what he does, even if he lets his brother go, the entire world will be destroyed. So the only way to save the entire universe is for Pops to sacrifice himself.
So I'm not going to let go.
What? Ah! No! You'll kill us both, you fool!
Don't worry, Mordecai and Rigby. I know you're sad, but I promise this is a happy ending. Take care of each other. Goodbye.
And Pops sacrifices himself and takes Anti-Pops with him. And then we get the reuniting of everyone coming home from space, seeing all of their loved ones. We get to watch everybody grow up over the next 25 years. And it ends with Pops taking out a VHS tape out of a TV, and it says regular show, and he says, jolly good show.
Jolly good show.
And that is the end of regular show. It is one of the best episodes in the entire series. The entire finale is just so good. That's why I didn't want to rank it on this list, because I want to give those other Pops episodes some time to shine, but I felt like everybody would hate me if I didn't at least talk about this. It's a phenomenal episode and an amazing way to end the series, and I'm glad that Pops had such an amazing and big role to end the entire show.
Man, I can't believe it's been 25 years.
Yeah, I wish Pops could have been here to see this.
Well, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this.
Coming in at number 2, one of my favorite episodes in the entire series, Wrap It Up. And in this episode, we get Tyler, the Creator.
We're only taking matters from bad to worse. Only solution is to turn it round in reverse.
MC Light.
You guys are like spoiled hams in a can, super bland. Expiration dates overdue.
And Childish Gambino.
This be getting serious. You guys are delirious. Are you hearing this? Talking about positive things, but you ain't got no game.
All being a part of the crew. You know, the crew. The best rappers in the entire park. And they're just spitting game, making fun of people, challenging everyone to rap battles. Nobody will step up to the crew until Pops shows up. And he's just being nice as hell. He just wants to be a part of the vibe. He just wants to spit it, and he tries his best.
But we're so selfish when we are blue. Doesn't a hug deserve a hug too?
The thing is, he's only saying really nice things to them, so they just kind of eviscerate him, make fun of him.
So now you know who we are. Crew is the crew, shining brighter than a quasar, but you're bizarre. Yes, you, sir, are a loser, so cover up that freakish dome and head back home and take your poems.
Challenge him to a rap battle later, and it's up to Pops to defeat them using poetry and being nice. He gets Mordecai and Rigby to join their side. They all wear these awesome outfits, even though Mordecai and Rigby are really against it at first because they just don't think that it could possibly work. Like, how could they possibly defeat these guys with poetry, who are the best rappers in the park? It doesn't make any sense to them, but they realize that they have to just be good friends instead of trying to look cool. So they all go there for this awesome rap battle. Pops is choking at first, and then when Mordecai and Rigby shows up, they start spitting game. We get this awesome rap battle between Tyler, MC Light, Childish Gambino, and Pops, Mordecai, and Rigby. And it's just so good from beginning to end. As a kid, I didn't really appreciate all of these artists being in the show, like especially Tyler and Childish Gambino. I love those guys so much. I wish I appreciated it as a kid because it's so much better as a child to watch anything because you just have that childlike wonder. But even now, it's still so cool. I can appreciate it so much that they're in the episode because it's just great. All of their raps, all of their bars are so good. And I honestly think in the episode, they destroyed them. They definitely beat Poetry. They were spitting game and it was so good. But you know, for our loving characters in their plot armor, I guess they could win by just having some really good rhymes and some really good rhymes using Poetry and being super nice. Had great visuals in the battle. It is just a phenomenal episode, and Wrap It Up will always be a regular show classic. At number 1 is the episode Guys Night.
Guys Night!
Guys Night!
Guys Night!
This is just the ultimate vibe episode. I love everything about it, and maybe it's because I have a bias because I'm literally a milk lord and dairy is my favorite fucking drink on the entire planet. I don't care what you think, but Guys Night is so good. We get Mordecai and Rigby, Muscleman, and High Five Ghost all having this amazing Guys Night. Pizza, prank calls, fucking looking at magazines of cars, watching TV, fucking just anything you could ever imagine. It's so good. They got snacks, they got everything, and Pops really wants to join them. He wants to be one of the guys on Guys Night, and the only way that you could be a guy on Guys Night is to complete a food challenge. Everybody here has done it. Mordecai with the excellent challenge, High Five Ghost ate a whole tub of corn, and Muscleman did something I can't remember off the top of my head, but either way, they've all done it. So what thing is Pops going to choose? He has to drink an entire gallon of milk in 1 hour. And the amount of milk that he consumes in this entire episode is absurd. I don't know how he could possibly do that. And this is coming from a literal cow, okay? Hi, my name's Cowlos. I could drink a lot of milk. Maybe I'll have a stream where I just drink milk and you all stare at me in awe. But either way, he drinks a lot of fucking milk in this episode. I'm talking like shots of milk. Just entire like gallons, and he just can't do it. He can't finish an entire gallon in 1 hour. Because that's really hard. But he's staring at all the pictures of his friends and he's like, I have to do this. I have to find the motivation to be able to drink this gallon of milk. And guess what? He does it. He completes the challenge, but in order to actually win, you have to lift it above your head.
Gotta raise the jug over your head, Pops!
Raise the jug! 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 Raise... Pops?
And he didn't do that. And this sends him into Milk World, Milk Dimension. I don't know what the fuck it is. The Milk World with all these little milk guys who are wearing visors and a bunch of other guys who also claim that they have completed the Milk Challenge. Except they actually haven't because none of them were able to lift the jug above their head. So this one guy starts tweaking and he's like, why are we even here? We beat it, right? We beat it. And this makes the little milk dudes hungry for some reason. They all take off their masks and start trying to eat them and converting them into milk people.
I don't want any more milk. What's going on? We're here because we beat it, right? Answer me.
I don't know why this happens. Maybe they just, I don't understand. Maybe they just want the dairy that's inside of them because they've all clearly consumed a lot of dairy. I don't know. I don't get it. Either way, it's fantastic. They have to fight their way out of there and they make it all the way to the elevator. I mean, losing a couple of guys on the way, but they make it and Pops is able to come back to life and fucking lift the jug above his head and boom, Pops is one of the guys. Great episode, amazing. We got so many good comedy scenes here. We got a great new dimension of the milk people. Muscleman has a really funny moment where he just starts chanting 911, 911.
Oh man, he's still not waking up.
We need to call for help.
911! 911!
Dude, not cool.
911. Whatever, it's still Guys Night.
This episode is just such a good vibe. I love it so much. I mean, it's just great. I love Guys Night, one of my top episodes in the entire series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, because I make videos like this almost every single day, and you do not want to miss it. I got great things coming on the way, a lot more rankings, non-rankings, just about all of your favorite cartoons and shows and movies, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.